following video contains spoilers. We suggest watching the episodes alone in the dark.
So that's how it's done. Oh, hello there, Wolfpack. I didn't see you come in. Funny, you'd think I'd be used to you all visiting me from time to time by this point, since I have been making, I don't know, like 50 of these Haunting Hour videos by now, but whatever. Wait a minute. I have been making that many Haunting Hour reviews for that long, haven't I? In fact, according to my resources, this is now my official 50th Haunting Hour episode review. Well, how about that, folks? This is a huge milestone in my reviewing career, not to mention we recently broke 400 subscribers at this point. From our bad audio days to semi-decent reviewer status, I have managed to gain so many views for my Haunting Hour videos that I just need to drop everything I have right now in order to repay our faithful audience by taking a look at a special requested episode that's been under my review pile for a really, really long time. First, I'd like to thank you all for watching my videos, even with some of them not being in the best of status, because without any of you, I wouldn't have been driven to keep this up. While I sadly might not return to all my past Haunting Hour episodes as our channel grows, I hope that these videos will pave the way for other future horror shows I have on my radar. But of course, the Haunting Hour will always be the best, and today, you all will be getting a cool new review of a major fan-favorite episode of the hit horror series R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour.
Hold on a second, you can't review now. We've got band practice. How are we ever going to earn our reward for Best Musical YouTube Score without putting our band up to speed?
Dang it, House, we are not starting a band. We review obscure horror shows, animation, and whatever else we want to. This whole band idea of yours was stupid, and it's never going to take off.
But...
no band. We're not going to, nor will we ever start a band with random horror show characters.
Oh, well, this is awkward.
Get out of here, Big Yellow. What wacky characters. Anyways, back to the important stuff. This video is my 50th milestone Haunting Hour review, so of course, it's going to be on a special request that's been on my review pile since the Swarm and Norman video. But if this is going to be such a big video, then I'll need to have something really special to make it even better. But what, or who, can make this video even cooler?
Is somebody in need of a special crossover review?
No.
Shut up, House. Look, everybody, it's a guest appearance from our creative channel founder, Wolf. So, Wolf, what brings you to my humble psycho house today?
Well, I got an email saying that the house was starting a rock band or something equally as stupid, so I decided to come down and get some free food that was promised. Hey, House, can you spawn me some popcorn?
No.
Wait, Wolf, it's my 50th Haunting Hour review, and I was thinking that since you're here and all without being taken hostage, you wouldn't mind doing a crossover review on this special event with me.
You seriously did 50 of these things?
Do you want to review with me or not?
Why not? I could always plug more of my videos onto this special anyways.
Oh, you are such a good brother.
What's the stupid random object of the week that the show is going to make terrifying this time?
Well, naturally, it's rock and roll, of course. Yep, seriously, the Haunting Hour is going to make rock and roll the next horrifying theme for this week. Ordinarily, I'd question the show on this, but after watching over 50 episodes, I'm so done with prejudging all the concepts the Haunting Hour is going to tackle on the series for the rest of all these episodes.
Sounds good. The Haunting Hour has made so many normal objects scary, except for food and teddy bears, but it seems interesting that a show this good is going to take on rock and roll of all things.
It feels like the Haunting Hour is like South Park at this point, given how many odd things they've transformed into their themes, but I'm game. Fans really love this episode, since today's story was considered a huge breath of fresh air when it first came out, due to the Haunting Hour's slowly declining of good quality writing by the third season.
Personally, I blame Cheese Puff aliens and seance.
I guess now is a good time to bring this up, but Season 3 is often considered the worst season of The Haunting Hour by many hardcore fans. Now, I disagree with that belief, because we did get a lot of good episodes from that season, like The Girl in the Painting, Toy Train, The Funhouse, and of course, Uncle Howie, along with many more. However, Season 3 was also unfortunately the season that had the most awful episodes in it too. Episodes like Pouf de Fromage, Seance, Bad Egg, and especially My Robot. Luckily, this episode in particular was considered The Haunting Hour returning to its glorious fun side again by offering the viewers some much needed excitement after all the duds Season 3 produced.
But just because it was once considered a work of art from one point of view, doesn't always mean that it can hold that title up in the future. We went into this episode without binging on all the weaker episodes just to see if this tale earned its place as a good episode. But was it as great without the knowledge of Season 3 sucking?
That's what we plan to find out. So get to your seats, everyone, because we're going to start this analysis right now. Was this story a fun tale of weirdness that showcases the true ghostly spirit of rock and roll? Or was it all just a really bad performance?
Well, let's stop wasting time and find out.
This is our review of the fan-favorite Haunting Hour episode, Long Live Rock and Roll.
Wait, wasn't this episode originally called Doom Metal?
No more stupid trivia.
Let's rock.
Awesome as I wanna be. First you see me riding on a sonic boom. Got my guitar shredding up a latest tune. There is nothing you can do to beat me. I'm so good that you can defeat me. Yeah, I'm awesome. Take caution. Watch out for me. I'm awesome as I wanna be. I'm awesome. Take caution. Watch out for me. I'm awesome as I wanna be.
So our episode opens up with, what else? A garage band practicing their wicked music skills.
Ooh, how ominous. A bizarre shot of a garage while cool music plays in the background. So scary. Is this really how we're starting up an episode of R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour? I mean, would any of you watching take a look at this and think, oh yeah, this is totally the greatest horror show ever? There's just no way that a horror writer wrote this.
R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, everyone. You can truly feel the horror coming from this. So these kids are all our main characters. The lead guitarist, who is the most central character, is Holden, and his two BFFs are Tibbs the drummer and Squee the bass player.
Squee and Tibbs? Those can't be their real names.
Their band name's Wolf. They're supposed to be fun.
I don't care. No band player would ever call themselves something so dumb. Seriously, Squee and Tibbs. I can see that up there with Sting.
Anyways, the band practice is going great until the main protagonist Holden loses the beat and fails epically.
That sounded way better than the last 5 times you played it.
Nope.
Dude, you sound like a cat scratching on a screen door.
Sorry, lost focus for a sec. Do it again.
How many times can we practice this freaking song? Seriously.
Oh, stop complaining, Tibbs. This is what being in a band is like. What, do you think practicing music would be easy?
Like a jerk, his friend, Tibbs, says that Holden sucks since he can't play the guitar well, and he plans to replace him with someone else. But Squee defends him by arguing that Holden deserves a second chance since he was the one who started the band in the first place, which Tibbs reluctantly goes along with. Holden blames his bad guitar, but when Tibbs continues acting like a jerk, this causes our hero to run away from his own garage to angst. Sadly, Tibbs doesn't really make a good first impression as the loyal best friend for the viewer.
It's not me, it's this cheap guitar.
It never stays in tune.
I think you're the one that's out of tune, dude.
We're getting started with you. I'm out.
Where are you going, genius? This is your garage.
Holden, wait! Franklin, Triple Stine!
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Smooth reference, Cat. I'm sure all the kids will get that.
Yeah, like how they all got into your St. Patrick's Day history. Show some respect, Wolf. Holden just lost respect from his best friends.
Really? We're already doing the band falling apart cliche in literally the first 3 minutes? How original. It's not like they're even a real band. They're all just a bunch of kids entering some music competition. It's not the big break of their careers or anything. What's so intense about a talent show?
Hey, talent shows are super serial. I mean, did you see last year's competitors? They all went from nobodies to real superstars. So while Holden goes out to vent his frustrations, a creepy old guy suddenly shows up and delivers a coupon to a guitar center. Our villain, ladies and gentlemen, he scares you by offering big discounts.
So our main villain is the guy from the Goosebumps intro?
Hey, just because he shows up out of nowhere, watches people from afar, and sends his scraps of paper flying across town doesn't make him the Goosebumps guy. Though it does feel like a nice homage to R.L. Stine's old series. I just wish that the villain actually had a much scarier physical appearance, since the one huge problem I have with this guy is that he's not very scary. I mean, is it just me, or does the villain look like Willy Wonka?
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
So, as you can guess, Holden sees the flyer and decides to check out this wondrous guitar center. After the theme, he finds and enters the mysterious music store that showed up completely out of nowhere, where after getting trolled by a door, he encounters our main villain, Sir Maestro, who appears out of thin air.
Sir Maestro. So his name is Sir Teacher.
Well, my best guess is that the show wants to make him sound like a radical musical monster, but yes, his name is actually Sir Maestro, to hammer in the music theme, I guess. Our main villain is played by none other than Alan Miller from Brush with Madness. Yep, he's back, and he's playing another mysterious creepy loner with a dark agenda against some unsuspecting kid. Only this time, Mr. Miller is using a British accent that makes him sound vaguely like Alfred from Gotham.
Can I help you with anything? Sorry, I didn't see you.
My apologies. Allow me to introduce myself. Call me Sir Maestro. Everyone does.
Hi.
Bruce's father gave me very firm orders was him and his missus to die. Now I will raise the boy the way his father told me to raise him, which is how trust him to choose his own course. He is, after all, a Wayne.
Honestly, I don't mind his Alfred voice, but why is he dressed like that? He looks very odd, even by this show's standards.
Well, the reason why he looks like emo Willy Wonka is because the show wants Sir Maestro to act like Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones. And while he does look and sound a bit like Richards, it doesn't prevent him from feeling a little too silly. But hey, let's all just be glad that he didn't try to act like Bob Dylan. Holden tells Sir Alan Miller that he's in need of a new guitar, and he begins bonding with the strange music store owner.
I see you're enchanted with this old instrument. It's got a lot of mileage on her, but there's no doubting she's one of a kind. And I think she's time for you, mate. It's an unusual instrument. Amazing to play, of course, but you have to have a special kind of soul. So what are you, like the devil? What? Sorry? I don't know. Store comes out of nowhere, all the shit's old and creepy. Are you the devil? A demon? Leprechaun?
Grandpa Rick!
Hey, I'm not judging, just like to shoot straight.
What was that about?
You'll see. While the two start hitting it off by talking about how cool music is, Sir Maestro talks about how he used to be a big-wig rock star in his youth until he decided to open up a music shop to help young talent rise to fame. Aw, how sweet. He's a real divine entity. He also drops the funniest joke in the whole episode, where he tells Holden that the real evil out there is the music industry. Trust me, this gets even funnier when we get closer to the plot twist. So yeah, the two become instant friends as the good Sir Maestro tells him about how he'd love to help Holden out by offering him a chance to get some valuable musical instruments that he himself handcrafted. However, a very rare guitar Sir Maestro has hanging on the back wall gains the attention of our naive hero, where Sir Maestro tells him that it's a special guitar that was used by such big musical legends like Jerry Garcia, Jimi Hendrix, and Kurt Cobain, piquing our hero's interest even further.
Look, guy, he didn't ask for a life story. Just give him the cursed guitar already. Are we really still here in the music shop? Jamie would have stolen something by now.
Sir Maestro allows him to play the instrument to see how supernatural it is, and after a short music montage, the shopkeeper tells Holden that it takes a special soul to wield this instrument, and he senses that the pure soul to power its greatness is within our hero Holden.
It's not about soul, it's about skill. How can Holden fall for the whole soul power belief when he was playing his guitar really well earlier in the episode? I know we're supposed to build up this guy as a creepy monster, but Sir Maestro has to know that the guitar is only enhancing his skills, not giving them all to Holden.
Well, Wolf, we needed a plot. So despite all the sketchy signs that point out how this guy is clearly evil, Holden agrees to buy the guitar from Sir Maestro, but when our hero says he doesn't have enough money, the shop owner tells him that he doesn't need much, all he asks is for one thing in return.
Pie?
No, they aren't going that route, are they? They're seriously not doing the plot I think they're doing, right? They better not do the typical deal with the...
You'll see, Wolf. Holden gives the guy what little money he has on him, which the stranger gladly takes. However, Sir Maestro requires Holden sign a contract with him, since deals are very important to him. And of course, Holden, with no questions asked, naturally signs a contract without reading it. I sure hope this won't lead to Holden becoming a human Sentai pad.
Okay, ignoring the obvious cliche where the hero is dumb enough to agree to a contract without reading it, why does a back-alley music dealer go to this extreme length to make sure that his customers sign a big business deal for his cheap instruments? He's a shopkeeper, not an executive. You know, for a guy who hates record companies and business contracts, he sure has a long, detailed company contract.
Holden promises to hold up his end of the bargain before leaving with his cool new guitar, but as he exits the store, our creepy villain says he'll see him again real soon.
Fine, thanks. We'll be back in a week to play for you, promise.
I know you will. See you, mate.
Is he joking? Okay, see you later.
So Holden goes home and immediately admires his awesome new guitar before we get even more musical montage shots of him practicing it to appreciate its raw power.
Okay, we get it. It's a guitar. Honestly, how many times are we going to get these eerie shots of the guitar looking ominous? It's not scary.
Realizing how wicked he is now, Holden calls up his best friends to get the band back together, where Sir Maestro jump scares him, but then he disappears, without our hero even noticing his existence.
Okay, this is not scary. Having the villain jump scare us does not automatically make him intimidating, especially in that Willy Wonka getup. This cheap symbolism of the villain watching over his shoulder does not make Sir Maestro terrifying. It's just so weak.
You're absolutely right, Wolf. Hopefully once Long Live Rock and Roll gets an official DVD release, they get the George Lucas Special Edition treatment for greater impact. After Holden gets the spirit of rock back within him, he calls up his old bandmates to convince them that he's still useful to the band again now that he's got talent, where he then shows off his rad skills to regain their respect, and they resume practicing together, where they all act surprised at how improved his guitar skills are. Radical.
Wait, his skills aren't any different. He sounds exactly the same. There was no change to his talent at all. All he did was buy a new guitar and play different chords. What's so unique here?
Who cares? The band is back together, rocking out, as we get another music montage of the band playing together.
Okay, did the writers just want to make a music video or something? Because these musical montages show up all throughout this whole episode. I think there's more music montages here than on Stage Fright. Only difference is that this episode is bearable.
I have to admit that this story does feel much more like a music video rather than an actual tale of suspense on the Haunting Hour. It's a darn shame that the show didn't give Long Live Rock and Roll their own music video and instead gave one to Debbie Ryan for Wrong Number. Seriously, Wrong Number got a music video publicized by the Haunting Hour, but not the actual rock and roll episode?
I guess the band just needed more cowbell.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
But while they practice, Sir Maestro shows up congratulating them on a job well done. Yeah, apparently nobody noticed the creepy guy in dark clothes breaking into a child's garage.
Sir Maestro, master of breaking and entering.
So some of you may be asking, what's Sir Maestro doing here?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interfere, but I was out for my morning stroll and I happened to hear your lovely little rehearsal.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interfere, but I was out for my morning stroll and I happened to hear your lovely little rehearsal.
Morning stroll? You mean you actually go outside? In public? Dressed like that?
Of course, Kat. Don't you know that all joggers work out while wearing heavy black leather and top hats in broad daylight?
Well, the kids fall for that lie, because wouldn't you? Sir Maestro then tells the kids that he can sell them all cool musical instruments like he did for Holden, because he's having a big sale.
I hope Rick Sanchez's anti-curse store exists in this world.
So yes, everyone, our main villain is actually giving children coupons to shop at his music store. Are you all scared yet? Naturally, our kid heroes are very interested in this big sale, telling Sir Maestro that they'll see him soon, which causes our villain to go back and set up shop. Once he leaves, Holden tells them all how cool Sir Maestro is, since he seems legit. Yeah, doesn't he look like a trustworthy face? Sure hope that advice won't backfire on them later.
They try to continue practicing again, but Tibbs and Squee start to feel weak because they can't keep up with Holden's mad guitar skills, so they call it quits for today. No, really, that is the actual excuse. Holden is so good at his guitar skills that his bandmates feel too exhausted to keep up with him. It's as stupid as it sounds out loud.
Later that day, Holden bides time by doing some homework, or possibly paying the bill since we have no clue if he even has parents, but that's not important since our hero gets distracted by his cool new guitar. Sadly, before he can play it, he hears something outside, only for Sir Maestro to jump scare him from behind. Holden questions how the villain was able to get into his locked-up house, but Sir Maestro tells him that he's come to collect his payment. Yet Holden is confused by all this.
Confused? What's confusing about a crazy man breaking into your home to demand payment?
Well, here we get our big reveal. It was all a drawing by Alan Miller. Ow.
That guy got man with a coconut!
Okay, we get our actual big reveal when Sir Maestro clears things up by telling Holden that he wants our kid hero to play music for him for all eternity. When Holden tells him no, Sir Maestro tells him that they made a deal, and deals are very important to him. This prompts Holden to ask who Sir Maestro really is.
Who are you?
I've been known by many names over many thousands of years, but lately I prefer Sir Maestro.
For the 6 of you out there who don't get this twist, allow me to explain. Sir Maestro is revealed to be the devil. That's right, Satan himself is actually today's Haunting Hour villain. We're really doing the cliche where rock and roll's ultimate monster is the devil himself.
Wow, the Puritans were right. Music is evil. Just like TV, video games, books, and internet reviewers. Come on, we're actually doing the setting where the devil was behind rock and roll music. This hasn't been a trope since back in the 60s. The Haunting Hour is better than this. What's so scary about affiliating demons with punk rock?